Testing, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2. Well, here we are once again, 2 years later. Coventry United is back, ladies and gentlemen, and what a way to meet again. The first game of the new United Counties League Premier Division South season. It's Coventry United versus Aylestone Park at a sweltering Butts Park Arena on this, the opening match of the 2025 United Counties League Ground Hopper weekend. Let's get into your starting lineups, kicking off with Coventry United tonight, starting with the red and green. Zan Moore in goal, respecting a back four of Wilson, Morley, Ritson and the captain Chris Cox. Midfield will see all-time top scorer Josh O'Grady return to the club as Dan Moore closed down there by the number 10 Lewis Samuels, but quick thinking from the former Worcester City shot stopper to get that out. Joining O'Grady in midfield, Charlie Faulkner and Charlie Shaw, and up front Benji Adamarco, Ryan Harkin and Abdul Sunmonu. And for Aylestone tonight, Liam Castle, Charlie Kilburn, Johnny Carey, Sam Preston, Justin Peace, Jake Wormleighton, Corey Armeni, Marshall Keenan, Deck Towers, Lewis Samuels and Teo Tucker. Coventry United kicking from left to right in their updated red and green shirt, and Aylestone in a changed outfit of all blue. And it will go out for a goal kick as Ryan Harkin looked to make inroads. It's shepherded into touch by the Aylestone centre-back and taken quickly by Liam Castle. Drilled through to Lewis Samuels. Kilburn. And the attempted hook over didn't meet Johnny Carey. Gnarly challenge in on Charlie Faulkner, who's less than pleased with the off-ball antics of the Aylestone defender, but Wilson carries on. Eventually dispossessed by Teo Tucker, and the referee may want to call back that incident between Faulkner and didn't quite see the number of the player involved for Aylestone. Launched over the right-hand side. Faulkner gets involved once again, and Ryan Harkin looking to get on the end of it. Sean Harkin just stabs it wide. It's the sort of opportunity that Harkin gobbles up for breakfast most days. And Harry Wilson seems to have an issue early on. We've only been going for a couple of minutes. It doesn't seem to be at all serious. It's just a boot come loose, and it was actually Sam Preston who Charlie Faulkner was having the altercation with. Faulkner going to the ground, and Preston not allowing the former Coventry Spinks man to get to his feet. And Charlie, well, let's just say he's not one to mince around with his feelings. In for the right-hand side, just for Deck Towers off the bounce. Didn't quite get his aim right. And a goal kick will follow for the Red and Green's new number 1, Dan Moore. It's a real rarity to play at the Butts Park Arena on a Friday night. The game chosen to kick off the new United Counties League season, and it's a game that really deserves to. Last season's in-form side in the last 3 months of the campaign, missing out on playoffs by just 1 point after a dismal start, left them at the bottom of the table. Aylestone Park coming second in playoffs and in league, and will want to go that one step further this season. And the Park are forced back into their own half of the field. Peace thumbs that one towards the run of Teo Tucker. Oh, good bounce! And the goalkeeper's got his hands on that one, but Tucker has gone down in a heap. Seems to have taken a blow to the chest. And the referee calling over veteran centre-back James Ritson, who was unhappy with Mr. Chera's decision to award the free kick. Sorry, not even a free kick, actually, just to stop the game. And of course, the ball not in any real danger for either side. The referee is going to get us underway with a drop ball after Tucker is judged to be okay to continue or otherwise. A reminder of the substitutes for both sides. Aylestone have Hayden Stevens, Andres Articolo, Josh Brodella, Joe Ball and Charlie Woolard. And for Coventry United, the bench including a man who played a part in the first 7 seasons in the club's existence, Ben Vallance, along with new signings James Sanderson and Brady Middleton, and last season's favourites Cameron Dunn and Stanley Jube. Back underway with Wilson. James Ritson. It's back with more between the sticks in the new fluorescent yellow goalkeeping jersey. Ritson. Going back to the club after a stint with Coventry Cotswold. Shaw tries to blast it away from danger, but it's charged down by Marshall Keenan, a mainstay in last season's Aylestone team. Cox, the captain, gets the armband back from Liam Merrick, who's headed for pastures new at step 4. Ritson, United overly cautious at this stage of the game. Wilson along the touchline to Charlie Faulkner, who sticks it through the legs of Johnny Carey, and Carey dragging onto the shoulder and shirt of Charlie Faulkner, and again Faulkner less than pleased with the attentions of a man in blue. Well, that could be a personal battle to keep an eye on. Ritson will take the long-range free kick, a great punter of the ball. It's towards Benji Adamarco, and it's gone all the way through. Kilburn will keep it within the confines of play and just ducks underneath Adamarco. Just in peace. Nearly catching Johnny Carey out there. It's closed down by Charlie Faulkner. Carey looks for a route out and finds it with Teo Tucker. Carey. It's nodded on at the back for Coventry United. And Charlie Shaw looking for a debut goal. Trickles towards Liam Castle between the sticks for the Park. Peace rolls it right with Charlie Kilburn. Looking for the run of Corey Armeni, but Usain Bolt wasn't getting there on his best day. Moore quickly out to Cox. Morley, the veteran left back. Josh O'Grady. His first Coventry United appearance in 3 years. Club's all-time record goal scorer. Here's Adamarco, who beat off interest from step 4 clubs this summer to stay at Coventry United. Now Charlie Faulkner, overlapping run being made by Harry Wilson. It's past Harkin, may find someone on his debut. Well, it may have worked for Coventry Rugby Club, but it won't fly for Coventry United. A high punt by Abdul Sunmanu. Former Aylestone Park man, of course, Sunmanu. Here's Johnny Carey, in and out, twisting and turning away from Faulkner. Handing it back by Harry Wilson on Tucker. Referee says nothing doing. And here comes the poacher down the right-hand side. Ryan Harkins going to need some help to get a goal from here. In towards Sunmanu. Crucial header away towards Josh O'Grady. He couldn't get his head on the seconds, and collected by Deck Towers. Run made by Lewis Samuels down the right wing, and he's beaten Steph Morley to the punch. Cox and Ritson back. Tucker awaiting the delivery in the centre. It's Lewis Samuels to give Aylestone the lead. A sea of red were back. I think it may have been Cox who got the final touch, put back in and sent back out by the standing leg of the United legend. Cox played a huge part in the club's first 3 promotions. He wants to make it 4, and United's first in 9 years. Charlie Shaw, formerly of Highgate United. Sunmanu making himself available, as is Faulkner, asking a little too much of Abdul Sunmanu, but Sam Preston will have to shepherd it into touch, has just got the strength to see it out. "12 minutes gone at the Butts Park Arena. Live coverage of this United Counties League Premier Division South match between Coventry United and Aylestone Park. Make sure you subscribe to the Coventry United TV YouTube channel for all highlights and interviews and commentaries throughout the season. Kilburn runs straight into the standing body of Steph Morley for Coventry United. Moore to the feet of James Ritson. Wilson. Falling. Charlie Shaw short there. Deck Towers. Samuels looking to turn away from Cox. The chance to strike is upon Aylestone Park. It's not a bad effort at goal from Marshall Keenan, but it's a simple gather for the former Worcester City shot stopper Dan Moore. Morley calming things down. United not stretching themselves too far up front, waiting for the right opportunity to present itself and keep their shape at the back. Here's Charlie Faulkner. Couple of errant legs in by Carey. Faulkner stayed on his feet and the cross is eventually poked out by Johnny Carey at the expense of a Coventry United corner on the right-hand side. Charlie Shaw is going to whip it in with a man they used to call Mr. Set Piece at the Butts Park Arena, Josh O'Grady, deferring to Shaw and waiting on the edge of the area for a potential Scholes-esque strike. It's nodded towards the corner flag by Sam Preston. Adamarco, whip back in, comfortable header away. O'Grady, we know we can strike them. Beautiful through ball to Adamarco. Cox stays up. Turned away by his opposite number 4 in Preston. And Charlie Faulkner couldn't keep the power limited. A fast and furious start here at the Butts Park Arena. Aylestone Park and Coventry United, two sides that the non-league fan would tell you will be up there come May. Question is, in what order? United have been fancied many times before in their Midland Football League and United Counties League days. Can they make good on their promise this season? Carey thinks it over the back line, and it's going to be Chris Cox who will shield it out from the run of Corey Armeni. A goal kick at the other end for Coventry United. You won't have to wait long until the next action here at the Butts Park Arena, coming up on the 30th of July. It's Wednesday night. Coventry United taking on Hinckley AFC, a former rival in the old Midland Football League Division 1 days. They beat Hinckley to the title after a supreme run under then stand-in manager Terry Anderson, who is now back at the club as the general manager. Great to see his former assistant Luke Morton back in, helping with the under-21s in the football development department. It does feel like a homecoming this evening at Coventry United, not just for myself, but for a lot of people. And Adamarco, I think he's got the throw in there on the halfway line, which is left. Number 9 for Aylestone Park. Deck Towers unhappy. He feels the final touch came off Adamarco himself. James Ritson at centre-back. Adamarco awaits the lofted ball. Good bounce in front of Adamarco. Kilburn. And Samuel sneaks in and snatches it. Peace sticks his laces through that one. Cox. Cushion header back to Moore, with Towers lurking menacingly for Aylestone. Cox. Adamarco is quick, but not that quick. A little too powerful for the United number 7, brought in towards the end of last season and made a real impact in the playoff push. And a wayward ball from Jake Worm-Leighton, trying to return, I believe, to Charlie Kilburn, who took the throw and has just hooked it straight around him. Adamarco from the resulting set piece. Switches the play to Charlie Faulkner. Closed in by Carey. And it's gone the near side of the flag, leaping in the Aylestone Park number 3. Faulkner hoping for a corner. He had to make do with a throw, which will be taken by Harry Wilson. Faulkner, Shaw and Simonu there, and it is to the former Aylestone Park man, and he poked it between Faulkner and Shaw. Shaw did manage to get there, but not before it crossed the line for the goal kick. Coventry ascendancy, but not on the score sheet. Kilburn, leaping block made by Benji Adamarco, bounces into the away dugout on the far side of the field underneath the scoreboard. Kilburn looking for a man in blue to kick-start the move. Plays a 1-2 with Corey Armeni. Now sticks his laces through it towards Teo Tucker. Headed interception made by Harry Wilson. Here's Charlie Faulkner, who made a serious impression on his return to the club in pre-season. Ritson, Wilson, O'Grady, and Faulkner looking to curl it round the back line for Charlie Shaw, with the interception from Sam Preston. Marshall Keenan, a veteran of non-league, looking to slip it through for Teo Tucker. Just had enough on it from Harry Wilson to poke it back to Moore. Forward to Sam Preston. Kerry. Aylestone just looking to maintain possession. It's not something they've done particularly well in the first half. But Marshall Keenan with a good spell of possession. Plays a 1-2 on the far side. Ball over the back line for Deck Towers. Cushion header, and Josh O'Grady ensures that it won't reach Corey Armeni. He will be first the seconds in the midfield. It's thumped on by Warm Leighton. And Ritson wrestling with Teo Tucker. Tucker gets the effort away. Smoothed by the goalkeeper. Ritson bringing down Tucker. And the second over in by Lewis Samuels. It's pinballing around the area. And the clearance bounces off, I believe it was Lewis Samuels. Coventry United nearly pressing the self-destruct button. Catch your breath after this one. Here comes the corner. There's handshakes all around the penalty area, but the hard work is not done. As the captain, Corey Armeni, prepares to take the corner. It's going to be an in-swinger from the left-hand side, but a mishmash of blue and red at the far post. Poor Dan Moore doesn't have space to breathe here. They fan out. Adamarco beating Warm Leighton to that aerial duel, and Shaw finishes the job. Awkward one for Kilburn, with Harkin breathing down his neck, but he's got it to Johnny Carey, and Aylestone can calm things down with the ball at the feet of Liam Castle. It's Coventry United who have had more of the ball, but it's United's goalkeeper Dan Moore who's had to make them all saves. Kilburn. Just in peace. He's waited that beautifully to Lewis Samuels, but all over him like a rash. Chris Cox brings it back for United. Couldn't wait the ball right for Faulkner. Carey. Simonu ensuring that Keenan won't get on the end of it, but Armeni will. And poor control by Teo Tucker. Rolls underneath the studs. And a throw in halfway into United territory, taken quickly by Wilson. And O'Grady, there's a little click on the heel from Corey Armeni as he was heading back towards United's own box, and the safety of Dan Moore. United have got the free kick on the right side of the area. Moore wanted to take it quickly, but O'Grady, I should say, was trying to get out of the way. A packed Butts Park Arena for the opening night of the United Counties League Premier Division South season. They've yet to see a goal as we're about to hit the halfway mark. Harkin closing in on Liam Castle as he looks to distribute down the right-hand side, and that's a presence of the local legend Ryan Harkin. Enough to really take Castle's ball away. Collecting at the back is Chris Cox with the pressure from Deck Towers. And that pressure again has worked as the cross skews out on the far side for an Aylestone Park throw. Peace. Ball to the centre, scooped up into the centre circle by James Ritson. Sam Preston. Now Peace. Knocking it around in their own ballpark here, Aylestone Park. to think at the home of a team who are going to be gunning for the lead themselves. Would they be disappointed with a draw? Well, you have to think so. Everyone wants to start with 3 points. The last thing you want in a title race is to be playing catch up at the very start of the season. And that's a great slide challenge by Charlie Faulkner. It looked like Carey was struggling to get the ball under control before it crossed the white line for a goal kick, but Faulkner had to be certain. Another corner to come in from the boot of Armeni. In swing up by Armeni towards that far post, and Peace had his hand on the shoulder of Adamarco, trying to balance himself. He couldn't make contact with the ball, and it's out for the goal kick. Well, this is the first of 2 consecutive home matches for Coventry United. Aylestone tonight, Hinckley on Wednesday, and then it's Shifnal in the FA Cup away on the 2nd of August, Histon away on the 9th back in the league, then 1 home game at home to Lutterworth, and then 5, count them 5, away matches on the trot against Oadby, Amesbury, March, Heanor and Leicester Nirvana. Whitson. Darting run down the right side by Harry Wilson. He was just a pace behind it as it bounces out level with the penalty area. A throw in for the visitors. And this game just settling into a back and forth rhythm now. Neither team want to make the mistake that can set them on the back foot. Carey. Humble claims against Deck Towers. Referee doesn't want to know. Glancing header on by Cox, back to the goalkeeper, Moore. Whitson waiting for options to present themselves. Cautious play by Coventry United. If you're not going to play the ball forward, you may as well keep it at your feet. O'Grady dinks it down the left-hand side. It should be an easy one for Samuels. Under undue pressure now by Adamarco and Harkin, and Samuels playing himself into danger there. Charlie Shaw tried to skip past the defender. He actually hit the shoulder of Ryan Harkin, who's been flagged for offside. Inadvertent intervention for the United number 9, brought in to score goals, to tap that ball over the line when needed. He certainly did so in pre-season, some real poachers finishes. And they've got players who can score the spectacular, the likes of Adamarco, the likes of Simonu, the likes of O'Grady and Charlie Faulkner. And on the bench, Dube and Dunn. And it speaks volumes about the quality in this side that Cameron Dunn isn't even in the starting lineup, or Stanley Dube tonight. And Chris Cox looking to poke that ball away from Teo Tucker, connects with the number 11, about 5 yards outside the area, and Aylestone Park have a free kick. They have come the closest out of the 2 sides with that close range effort, smothered at the near post by Dan Moore. And a yellow card, the first of the afternoon, or evening, you should say, for Chris Cox. Two standing over it, Corey Imeni and Marshall Keenan. Number 7, number 8. Will it be number 1 for Aylestone Park? It's rolled off to Marshall Keenan. Lofts it in. Well, it may have been straight off the training ground, but it's straight out for a goal kick. Not quite Arsenal levels for set-piece brilliance. .28 minutes gone at the Butts Park Arena. It's Coventry United 0, Aylestone Park 0, and what we thought was a dulling setting sun, is just beaming out from the clouds now. It's making life difficult for Dan Moore as he boots towards it. Wormleighton. O'Grady claims it off the back of O'Grady, sweeping in as Towers. Lofted ball headed away by Harry Wilson. United just stick it into the right-hand corner. And it'll be collected at the back by Liam Castle, who hasn't had to make a save yet. And United boss Aylestone Lane will not be pleased with that. Preston asking a little too much of Wormleighton. Monu nearly taking advantage of his old teammates, but Teo Tucker is there to pick up the pieces and get motoring down the left-hand side. Faulkner makes sure not to clip him. It looked like Teo Tucker leapt into Josh O'Grady there rather than there being actual contact. Referee gave play on. Towers looking for the through ball and diverted away by James Ritson. Back into the Aylestone Park half and over to the right-hand side with Justin Peace. Kilburn making the run. Steph Morley cushions it out for the throw-in with the header. And Aylestone not pushing too many forward. 4 men in a relatively defensive vicinity, are many. And just edged into touch by Adamarco. He's stronger than he looks. Morley right in his own corner has got to get this away. Aylestone looking to box United in and snatch it at the most opportune opportunity for Coventry United. That's exactly what they've done. Towers. Now Lewis Samuels. Kilburn, quick into play from Aylestone, opening a little pocket of space. Samuels darts past Charlie Shaw, still going Lewis Samuels. It's a diving block made by Chris Cox. Samuels looking low and hard towards Dan Moore's net. And now the other end, Charlie Faulkner looking to cut in on Carey. Carey too strong, and Faulkner told by Mr. Cherner to get back up. Carey's through ball intercepted by O'Grady, and O'Grady slightly dangerous. Back to Dan Moore, but just weighted enough. Adamarco, who can shine in the setting sun at the Butts Park Arena. Shaw to Morley. O'Grady finds Chris Cox, regaining the captain's armband from the now departed Liam Merrick. Roddy Deville, United's captain, listening from holiday. Dav, where are you? You should be here. Hey, joking, brother. I hope you're having a good time out there. Ritson clips it towards Harkin. Nathan just held it, not it towards a teammate, but Harkin is intercepted. Monu holds it up long enough. Ryan Harkin, and it hit the shoulder of Sam Preston as he was getting off the deck. Preston knew very little about it, but he'll get the plaudits from his teammates. And the crossfield ball from Aylestone at the back. Throw in level with United's own penalty area, and they can regroup in their own final third. .13 until the break, plus stoppages, of course, at the Butts Park Arena. United Counties League Premier Division South fixture between Coventry United and Aylestone Park, two of the early title favourites, locking up on a sweltering summer's afternoon. Johnny Carey at left back for Aylestone Park. Liam Castle lofts it over to Justin Peace. Peace looking for options further afield, only finds the head of Cox, who's dealt with everything at the back so far. Adamarco looking for a route around Marshall Keenan, but Keenan edging him over the far touchline. Aylestone trying to take the throw out of position. The referee, no uncertain terms, telling them not on my watch. It's not just ourselves with the camera fixated on those 22 men. Plenty of media personnel for either club, plus a scattering of vloggers and crowd hoppers. It really is a media circus here at the Butts Park Arena, and we've even got a VO down there. Although don't ask me about that broadcast quality. If you want broadcast quality, you go for the good old-fashioned cameraman. And if he's got a headset, then you're onto a winner. Cross by Alamarco, bouncing through an unguarded penalty area, but Charlie Faulkner couldn't pay dividends on the right side. Throwing taken to Johnny Carey, juggled by Liam Castle. And look for Teo Tugger, it's actually worked out quite well. Hits the back of Harry Wilson, who was marking Tucker. And the referee has actually given the throw-in favour of Coventry United. From where we are, it looked like it hit the back of Harry Wilson. In fact, I'm fairly certain it hit the back of Harry Wilson. I think Aylestone have been hard done by there. But it will go no further. Samonu shot from behind, referee says nothing doing. And now he's got the free kick, as there was hands in the back by Corey Armeni. Fooled me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. And United may well use that, wouldn't quite call it a ghost free kick, like the ghost goal we saw at Watford a few years ago, but certainly a free kick that's a throw-in, I should say, that shouldn't have been given. Diving header attempt by Faulkner, goes into the sea of red. Ritson tried a long-range spectacular. Again, it's a comfortable block. And Kari Armeni. Aylestone have 2-on-2 against Coventry United. It's pulled across to Lewis Summers for the opening goal. And heroic slide by Chris Cox. Aylestone have the numbers. But United had that never say die attitude they are going to need this season. And Harkin. Flag stays down. Cutting in from the left-hand side. Faulkner available. Pulls it back for Abdul Samonu. Faulkner screaming for a penalty, the lunge in from behind by Jake Worm-Leighton. Samonu had already got the shot away. But it does count as Liam Castle's first save of the match. Strolling out is Carey. Flooding it over the back line. O'Grady dropping a little deeper, and Ritson pushing on into midfield. Carey again. Now Ritson tracks back into his favoured centre-back role. He was trying to let it trickle out, but Corey Armeni hassling and harrying the veteran centre-back and forcing a throw. Level with the penalty area. Aylestone Park have looked dangerous. United have had the most of the ball, but Aylestone have done more with it. Carey. Down line with Worm-Leighton. Carey. United looking to snuff out the Aylestone flame on this near side. They couldn't prize the ball away from Aylestone. Leaps towards it but couldn't make contact. Towers, shoulder to shoulder mid-air with James Ritson. Referee keeps his whistle silent. Wilson. Harkin. And it's volleyed over by Charlie Shaw to Benji Alamarco. Can he use his scintillating speed to get Coventry United in front? Side netting. An early sign of Benji Alamarco's destructive qualities that will have any defence shaking in their boots. Eight minutes to go. We will be going off there at half-time for a quick 10-minute break. We'll just be muting the microphone, so join us after the half-time interval for another 45 minutes of action here at the Butts Park Arena. But still 8 minutes until the referee blows for half-time, plus stoppages. Haven't been too many aside from the early scuffle between Preston and Faulkner, and Harry Wilson having to retie his boots. Many. A little too much pushing and pulling from Benji Alamarco on Corey Armeni, and the referee has given a soft free kick. I think Alamarco would suffice it as. Man in blue stepping up is the man who earned the set piece, Corey Armeni. Looking to lead Aylestone to glory tonight and this season. Headed up and out by Chris Cox. Faulkner juggles and caught on the outstretched boot by Teo Tucker. And Charlie Faulkner is in need of some medical attention. Lucy Stead, head of fitness and physio at Coventry United, former Coventry United ladies player, so has a very personal history with this club and one of the most knowledgeable medical personnel around. Yellow card for Teo Tucker. And the referee indicating that his studs connected with Charlie Faulkner as Faulkner swung the ball away. Well, whether it was intentional or not, it doesn't make it hurt any less for Charlie Faulkner, who is still on the deck. And a reminder of the substitutes for Coventry United, if indeed they are needed. You would assume if Faulkner can't continue, they'd look to the likes of Middleton, Jube and Dunn. Of course, Ben Vance and James Sanderson also amongst the fabulous five on the bench. Five minutes to go until the break. Coventry United checking on the health of their number 11, Charlie Faulkner, in his third spell with the club. His first coming under United's manager with the longest tenure, Terry Anderson. He then returned briefly under Carl Nolan before a shoulder injury curtailed his season. He's now firmly back at the Red and Greens, and I'm glad to say he's also firmly back in the match. And the referee is not going to force Faulkner off the field, as is the usual custom. The physio comes on, you're usually supposed to go off the pitch just to make sure you've got your laces tied and your elbows scraped up, but no, the referee telling Faulkner to get back into the dirty work. And the free kick from Dan Moore, headed away by Preston, and great play from Corey Armeni, flicking it off the back heel onto the unsuspecting Josh O'Grady behind, throw in halfway into their own turf for Aylestone Park. Armeni playing a more central role at the moment. Johnny Carey. And here's Liam Castle. Crossfield ball is nodded firmly out by Steph Morley. Charlie Kilburn beaten to the aerial punch. And here's Justin Peace, centre back for Aylestone Park. Ritson, good strong header off the chest now of Josh O'Grady. Faulkner lets it run. Looking to take on Johnny Carey, and the through ball is in between Carey and Preston, and Harry Wilson was just a pace behind, and a trip of frustration on Sam Preston. A free kick only. At the end of another promising move for the Red and Greens. Ellis Lane, Coventry United manager, assisted by Rob Hennedy on the touchline, first team coach Gary Hardick. It's Liam Castle, the Aylestone number 1. Has he got too many legs on it for Teo Tucker? No, it hasn't. It pinball between the legs of Harry Wilson. Wilson stays down off field. Tucker squares it. And a punt towards goal by Wilm Leighton. Towers told to leave it to the Aylestone number 6. Drilled it towards the bottom corner, but the goalkeeper saw it coming all the way. And Adam Marco of the other end, leaping to try and beat Liam Castle to that aerial ball, with a punch away by the Aylestone keeper. A dangerous one back by Charlie Short. Tucker lurking menacingly and calling Dan Moore off his line. Kilburn forced back into Aylestone territory. Justin Peace, and after that flurry of activity, we'll go back to the game of chess that we've had so far in the opening 43 minutes. Wilm Leighton. Teo Tucker looking to knock it towards Carey, And there would have been a question if Carey hadn't touched it on the line, but he did. Touched it over the line, in fact. And Harry Wilson, so he's actually rolled back onto the field. He was in the try area of the rugby pitch. Seems to have edged his way back on so he can pause the game. It's gamesmanship, I think we can call that, from Harry Wilson. That's the second time Lucy Stead has been called into action in quick succession. So quick, in fact, she hadn't even had a chance to get back to the dugout. Bit of the old magic spray usually works. And now Wilson just trying to loosen himself up before his partner on the right-hand side, Charlie Faulkner, leaves him the ball. Halfway into United territory, and one boo from a crowd of 500 isn't too bad for Harry Wilson. Wilson's throw towards Sunmonu. Leighton nods it across, but it's collected by Adamarco. Shoulder to shoulder. And Marshall Keenan sent flying. Morley, deflected cross, finds Ryan Harkin, tight angle, won't get the chance to shoot. Justin Peace bring it to feet. Did he take it over the line while he controlled? No, he didn't. On many. Now Declan Towers. It's Aylestone Park on the counter with Johnny Carey. Space opens up for Marshall Keenan. Kilburn's free on the right-hand side, but goes through to Armeni. Cushions it to centre-back Justin Peace. And United, they've got everyone back in position now. It's going to be a trickier task for Aylestone Park to break United apart from here. And unfortunately for them, Chris Cox is back to mop it up. That long ball aimed towards Declan Towers. Kilburn with the throw, 15 yards into United territory. With the freedom of Coventry is the number 6, Leighton, gets it back from Corey Armeni. And Keenan doesn't get a moment to savour the ball, barged down by his old teammate Abdul Samanu. More height than distance on that ball, and that ball's not coming back. Liam Castle, well, no ball boys in football at this level. But Peter Crouch isn't getting to that one, let alone a 5-year-old. Well, while someone from the Butts Park Arena goes and finds the tallest ladder they can find, we get underway with another match ball. Wilson, curling cross and launched straight over Wilson's head by Sam Preston. No nonsense clearance. We've had 90 seconds of added time, most of which has been amounted in the opening 5 and last 5 of the first half. Shaw drags it back. Someone who was waiting for it, didn't reach him thanks to the quick thinking Leighton. Glancing header on by Chris Cox, back to his goalkeeper Dan Moore. Cox. Is there one last card to play before the deck is reshuffled? Plays a 1-2 with Wilson. Adamarco, Wilson. Patient play from Coventry United, but time's not on their side. It's poked into the area by Ryan Harkin, and just in time, Justin Peace denies the effort. Harkin sends Carey halfway to China with that barge from behind, deflected cross by Adamarco. Comes out to Shaw, whip right for Charlie Faulkner, but it's behind the United winger. And the referee indicating 1 more minute of added time, I believe. That would bring us to a combined total of 4. And Leighton losing his balance there. I'm not entirely sure there's a lot that Josh O'Grady could have done with that, but the referee stopping play as Leighton lost his balance, hit the deck, and then O'Grady trying to skip past him and meet the ball, accidentally clipping the head of, it was actually Deck Towers, sorry, clipping the head of Towers. And indeed, the free kick hasn't been given. It's I think it's going to be a drop ball. The referee stopping the game for a head injury, which is fair enough. In fact, no, he has given the free kick. I think Josh O'Grady will feel that is harsh. We want to thank everyone who's tuning in to our YouTube channel tonight. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, so you'll get an update on your phone or your computer when we upload the highlights tomorrow morning. And the free kick goes to nowhere. Cox nods it down to the feet of Adamarco. Switch of the play to Charlie Faulkner. It's a race against Carey. He got there first, but deflected out off Johnny Carey. And Charlie Faulkner shoving Carey into the advertising boards, which usually would be quite painful. But here at the Butts Park Arena, because it is a rugby pitch, the advertising boards are actually padded. And a yellow card for Charlie Faulkner, who has lost his temper a couple of times this afternoon. And Mr. Cherner telling Faulkner to calm down. And a little wry smile there from Charlie Faulkner. Reminds you of Jamie Tart from the Ted Lasso series. Throw by Wilson. Faulkner backing into Carey. Hands in the back of the United winger. Referee says nothing doing. Tucker. Clearance was just long enough for the referee to blow the whistle before Harry Wilson could claim it. And, well, the action's not stopped there. Coventry United are walking off the field, but now it looks like Harry Wilson has been called over by the referee. Obviously wasn't happy that the half-time whistle had blown just as he intercepted. But the half-time score here at the Butts Park Arena, Coventry United 0, Aylestone Park 0. And we're back for the second half here at the Butts Park Arena. Coventry United 0, Aylestone Park 0. The half-time score. It has really been a very intricate game of chess compared to football in the opening 45 minutes. Let's see what the boys in red and green and the boys in blue can do in this second half. And Aylestone not for the best of starts to the crossfield ball bouncing off the shoulder of Lewis Samuels. And already it looks like Corey Ameni is playing a little further upfield in this second period. Morley. Over is Warm Leighton. Shaw's header. It's flicked over the back line by Carey. Headed out as far as Tucker. Now Charlie Faulkner looking to evade capture by Teo Tucker. Couldn't find its way for a sea of blue, but the ball knocked over to Ryan Harkin. Wilson. Now Faulkner's got to keep his nose clean after that late yellow card in the second half. The cross by Faulkner, cannons off Carey. Tucker shielding and draws in the foul from Harry Wilson. By Castle. Morley's header onto the bonce of Cox, nodded down by Marshall Keenan. United now looking to pry on with Adamarco. Ryan Harkin with his back to the wall. That's a beautiful curling effort to find Charlie Faulkner. Drive into the air for Abdulson Monu, and a well-timed slide in by Sam Preston. And it goes for a throw in the Coventry United, despite the appeals of Marshall Keenan, the Aylestone number 8. He feels the final touch came of his former teammate. Wilson, nice cut back. Cross is a little wayward, but Steph Morley will keep it alive. Here's Adamarco. Sandwich between the two Aylestone players, and the slide in by Aylstone's number 2. Charlie Kilburn gets the job done. It rolls out for a Coventry United corner on the left-hand side, which Morley will take responsibility for. Hooked in by Morley. Ritson. Nodded towards that far post, and Samonu beats Castle to the punch. Laid off for Ritson. Faulkner on the edge of the area is Charlie Shaw. I think someone put clover on his boots. Slipped off the right peg of Charlie Shaw, but Ritson is able to keep it alive for Faulkner. Back to Ritson, who for a centre-back has got a mean delivery on him. And looks for Adamarco. Cushion back towards Abdul Samanu. And Aylestone still keeping Coventry at bay. It's out into the centre circle with Chris Cox. United have Aylestone on the back foot. Graded to Ritson. Threaded through the back line, and the offside flag raised against Charlie Shaw on the right-hand side of the Aylestone penalty area. We've seen Cameron Dunn and Stanley Dew pacing up and down the touchline, waiting for their chance to shine with such talent on the bench. Coventry United aren't going to be resting on their laurels for long in this second half. The sun has set now behind the trees of Butts Park. So names it was once upon a time an archery field. And it's a less suggestive name than the similarly attributed Butthole Lane of Shepshed Dynamo. Samuels battling for on the edge of the area, and Samuels gets the effort away, parried away with both hands. Dan Moore keeping his clean sheet intact. And now Tucker. Edged out by Harry Wilson, and the referee has said it's fair game. It was forceful but fair. And his low clearance is collected by Marshall Keenan. Back with Castle. Looking to bombard Coventry United's defence with this long ball. Headed away from the Coventry battlements by Chris Cox. Lovely curling ball over the top for Charlie Faulkner. Harkin's waiting in the area, pulls it back. It's Shaw on his debut. Charlie Shaw. Pretty simple gather for Castle. 5 minutes gone in the second half here at the Butts Park Arena, the home of Coventry United for the last 8 years. Castle to Carey. Johnny Carey pirouettes into safety away from Charlie Faulkner. Justin Peace. Carey looking to Cox, I should say, trying to dink it away. Peace sends it back where it came from. Many battling through Manu. Kilburn. And now with Declan Towers. Through down the right side for Many, just keeps it in and nodded out in the near post by Chris Cox. The cross wasn't really going anywhere, but the captain had to be sure. And Cameron Dunn is going to receive some instructions from the Coventry United managerial dream team. Messrs Hardick and Elaine there, as well as Rob Hennedy. They're all congregated right on the edge of the penalty area. Now they fan out. Moore sees it coming all the way and gets a comfortable punch on it. O'Grady races towards the seconds, but it's going to be returned to sender. Hooked back in by Marshall Keenan, and a vital header by Chris Cox stops Lewis Samuels from getting there. And it looks like the last touch came off Teo Tucker. He was trying to get out of the way and let it bounce out for the corner, realised he wouldn't be able to keep it in. Well, the highlights of tonight's match will be available tomorrow morning on the Coventry United TV YouTube channel, so make sure to subscribe to us on YouTube. It's youtube.com/@CoventryUnited if you need to find us again throughout the season. Every match, home and away, sun, snow, wind, rain, doesn't matter, we'll be there. Kick from Moore. Should have been easy pickings for Charlie Faulkner, but he was on the wrong side of the white line when he headed it in. And the substitution is coming for Coventry United, and Cameron Dunn is going to be the man to come on. Remains to be seen who's going to be replacing him. The question is, will it still be 1-0 when he comes on? It's Armeni, pulls it back. Tucker gets there, he was in front of Tucker and behind Towers. Not ideal for either of them. But here's Kilburn. Trickles into the grateful grasp of Moore. He'll save those all day long. Wilson. Now Charlie Shaw for Coventry United. Has Wilson saved the right side of that offside trap? It matters not as it's bouncing into the hands of Liam Castle before Wilson could get there. Well, it's not quite the 7-0 against Highgate or the 8-0 against Kenilworth, but it is certainly a match which is intriguing in its own way. Keenan. Path to the area, covered off by Shaw. Down line with Johnny Carey, and Carey is going to go for glory here. It's not the worst effort in the world, but Moore watched it soar past his top corner. And here comes the Coventry United change. It's Abdulson Manu who's replaced. Short debut for Abdul Samano, just short of the hour mark. 54 minutes to be exact. It remains at 0-0 as we close in on 10 minutes of second half action. It is a very cagey affair at the Butts Park Arena. Here's Teo Tucker. Armeni. Launches it into the box, but no one home except for Dan Moore. You can tell the lights were on with that bright yellow goalkeeping jersey. O'Grady. And Cameron Dunn gets his first intervention of the match and earns a corner. Carey wrapping his leg around the left side of Cameron Dunn to ensure that the substitutes run goes no further at the expense of a set piece. And there could well be a delay here as Marshall Keenan is on the artificial turf, but dusts himself off and gets ready to receive the corner. The Aylestone physio put back on standby. Well, the throw in. Corner by Shaw. And the punch from Castle does enough. Now Teo Tucker. Shoulder to shoulder with Josh O'Grady. And O'Grady times that side challenge beautifully. He took a piece of the man with him, but got the ball cleanly enough. Tucker goes down, holding the left ankle. And the clearance cannons off Sam Preston. Faulkner playing a little more centrally. And he's caught out by the slide of Marshall Keenan. And Tucker is well out of the area of play for Coventry United. It's not a head injury, so United didn't legally have to kick it out, but they are now concerned, as is the referee, for Teo Tucker, and the ball has been rolled out. And it looks like a substitute is being prepared, wearing the number 17. That's Joshua Brodella. Substitution for Aylestone Park, leaving the field number 8, Marshall Keenan, replaced by number 17, Joshua Brodella. Tucker. Substitution for Aylestone Park, leaving the field number 11, Teo Tucker, replaced by number 18, Joe Ball. So Joe Ball has replaced Teo Tucker. And it looks to me as if Declan Towers is taking a deeper role in midfield, with Ball pushing further upfield in the main striking role. That's a lovely turn by Brodella. Ball couldn't find the route around Chris Cox, knotted up by Towers. Faulkner wins that aerial duel. Shaw. Benji Adamarco judges that bounce well, and it was a difficult bounce. Ryan Harkin out wide. Faulkner in there. It's towards Charlie Faulkner, but swept away. Headed on by Armeni. Ball. Cushions it back for the Aylestone Park skipper. It's behind Samuels, but perfectly weighted for Charlie Kilburn. Now here's Lewis Samuels, who's come closer than anyone in the opening 60 minutes at the Butts Park Arena. Samuels, I think he knew the cross wasn't beating Adamarco. He was hoping for a corner though, but it's deflected back out off the number 10. Two injury forced substitutions For Aylestone Park, if you're just joining us, Marshall Keenan and Teo Tucker both withdrawn, replaced by Josh Brodella and Joe Ball. Moore's kick just skims off the shoulder, I believe, of Cameron Dunn in front of Ellis Lane's dugout. We'll be getting his thoughts after the match. So keep an eye out for our exclusive post-match interview with Coventry United's first team manager, our commander-in-chief. Shaw, after Wilson's interception, sending Harkin on a mission, and Harkin's got there on the volley! It stung the gloves! Liam Castle needed 2 bites of the cherry to bring that fully under control. And there were some concerned faces in the Aylestone crowd as Justin Peace needed a little moment to compose himself, and he's trying to stretch it off again, so Aylestone really can't afford to lose a 3rd player due to injury. And Ball pokes it through. Lewis Samuels barged out of the way by Chris Cox. Has got to be up there for man of the match this evening. It's safely back in the hands of Dan Moore. And Moore looks for Adamarco, doesn't quite reach him. Faulkner is up for it. Hassled and harried from behind by Wormleighton, and Wormleighton's been able to muscle out the United forward. Now Lewis Samuels runs into a lunge in by Cox, and again, he's got the ball cleanly. Cox is a man on a mission, as is Charlie Shaw. Slighted away from Carey, but from behind, it's snatched by striker turned midfielder Deck Towers. And his launch at the left-hand side cannons off Wilson, 5 yards short of the halfway line for an Aylestone Park throw-in to be taken on the left-hand side for the visitors. Towers off the brick-like head of James Ritson. Done. Harkin brought it down but couldn't find the way through, but United had the corner, pinballing around the back. I think it finally came off just in peace. United with the opportunity to swing it in through Charlie Shaw. Can they make one of these set pieces work? Faulkner's in there. He won't get the chance. Held away by Armeni. And back out with Dunn. Deflection takes it over and out for another corner. Well, the floodlights start to take over from the natural light. If there's one thing that a groundhopper loves aside from the programme, it's a nice floodlight. I'll tell you, no floodlight is exactly the same. It's in by Morley and Cox onto the roof of the net. And we're back underway from Castle. Here's Preston. Towers, who doesn't look out of his depth in midfield, started the game as the central striker. Peace bounces over to Charlie Kilburn. Deft flick on towards ball, and the referee's assistant has flagged on this near side. Chris Cox wants it back quickly from Ryan Harkin. He wants to get United back underway. We've got 26 minutes of time remaining at the Butts Park Arena. It is still scoreless between Coventry United and Aylestone Park, but it's anything but an anticlimax. It's 2 titanic teams dreaming of the league title, so far locked in a gutsy stalemate. Great clip to the right-hand side towards Dunn, but Dunn couldn't nod it into the ground. Morley frustrated to see his efforts go to waste. And United did manage to bring it back through James Ritson. But Johnny Carey took a tumble on the way through. I think it was a nudge in the shoulder by Charlie Shaw. Samuels looks for ball and composed kick from Dan Moore. With Samuels deep into his vicinity, Cameron Dunn taken out by a late lunge by Johnny Carey on the halfway line, right in front of Elaine's dugout. And that could well be the next booking. I think the card stayed in the referee's pocket on that occasion. And it goes now to Marco. Didn't have the power behind it, but it was dipping beneath the crossbar and needed Castle's intervention. And Liam Castle now starting to get a few jeers from the Red and Green Army, who are yearning for some goal-mouth action. And they may well get it here. Ritson hooks it out on this near side to the pressure from Joe Ball. And Stanley Jube seems to be making his way towards the United technical area. Could he be the next addition to the United 11? Brady Middleton also on the bench, formerly of Bedworth United and Rugby Borough. So United not short on attacking intent. With a throw in from Aylestone is first on the agenda. Samuels, and he got lucky there. Return ball to Kilburn, clearly lacking pace, but deflected out off Adamarco. And Samuels has got the resulting throw back from Towers, and Armeni. It was a straight ball straight to Steph Morley, but Morley can't clear. And now Armeni, crossing chance here for Charlie Kilburn. Swings it in, and Ritson in plenty of space and plenty of time to head it away. Benji Adamarco. There's a gap opening on the right-hand side for Cameron Dunn, and here is Dunn. He's got Shaw with him. Cameron Dunn looking for Benji Adamarco, just swept aside by Carey. And now striding clear is Brodella. Collision between Brodella and the veteran Josh O'Grady, and the referee was going to blow the whistle, but it's 6 and 1, half dozen of the other. It's the same philosophy for Coventry United as the Teo Tucker incident earlier. It's not a head injury. The referee allowing Aylestone to continue, but it went no further. Ritson was back to ensure that the ball went out of play. And Josh O'Grady taking a whack to his right knee. Well, O'Grady, one of 2 Coventry United players to welcome babies this week, the other being Scott Hammond. Congratulations to Josh and Scott on their new bundles of joy. That's the best bundle for any Coventry United fan tonight would be 3 points. Grady is back on his feet, and Stanley Jube is going to be the next man to come on for Coventry United. Who he'll replace, we do not know yet. The kick from Moore. Adamarco. Stabbed high to the sky by Cox. Beats many to it mid-air. The seconds fall to Towers. Preston. It's towards Lewis Samuels. And a push from Lewis Samuels, and the referee is getting a little bit of stick there from Lewis Samuels, who thought he was getting a free kick. And in fact, he is actually. He is getting a free kick. I think Samuels trying to indicate that it was handball from Steph Morley beforehand. And now I believe the assistant has agreed. Confusion there between the 2 officials and indeed the players. Aylestone also preparing another substitution. This will be their 3rd. And United 2nd, with Jube ready to make an impact himself. They'll both have to wait until after this free kick. And it is a big opportunity on the shoulders of a big player for Aylestone, Corey Armeni, with Samuel standing next to him, the man who earned the free kick for Aylestone. Can the skipper tuck it away? He's going to leave it for Samuels! What a way to open your account for the season! Lewis Samuels couldn't have placed it better if he tried. Well, from the moment the referee blew the whistle initially to give Coventry United the ball, you could sense the fire in Samuel's heart, the target in his eyes. If it was overturned, it was indeed overturned. Aylestone got the opportunity, and Samuels grabbed it with both hands. Aylestone Park take the lead by 1-0. Andres Articolo replacing Johnny Carey for the remainder of the match. 19 minutes if my watch is correct. And we're back underway. Coventry United now 1-0 down on opening day at the Butts Park Arena. Let's see what the red and greens have in their back pocket to counteract that stunning goal from Lewis Samuels. Adamarco looking for a route in from the left-hand side. Charlie Kilburn doing the necessaries with a slide from behind. Morley's throw. Shaw trying to stab it back to Benji Adamarco. Kilburn was there to pick up the pieces. And now floated upfield for ball. It's the wrong side of Cox, but Cox just able to get something on it. Back to Dan Moore. And the linesman is flagged for a pass back against Dan Moore. And it will result in an indirect free kick. Chris Cox nodding the ball back to Moore, who picked it straight off the deck. And now the referee just checking with his assistant what the final call is. It was the linesman's flag which swayed the ref. The discussions continue with Coventry United captain Chris Cox and his players, and they are now being urged to get in position, as it is going to be, I believe it's going to be an indirect free kick just inside the area. Or in fact, no, the referee has now given the free kick just outside the box. And we know how dangerous Lewis Samuels can be from dead ball situations. We've just seen it. And the referee giving the red and greens their marching orders. And Samuels, in fact, I believe is he going to leave it for Armeni? He's heading over to the linesman. And Armeni standing over it. Does Samuels want it? And they're still deliberating with the referee here. Samuels has just been over to talk to the assistant referee. The referee now has made his mind up, and Samuels is going to take it. Could it be another goal from another potentially contentious free kick? No, straight at the wall this time. And Charlie Faulkner ends the danger for now. Justin Peace sees it calmly out for the throw-in just into Aylestone territory. United are keeping their cards close to their chest for now, with Stanley Jube awaiting his introduction. And Preston nearly caught in possession in the penalty area by Cameron Dunn, just able to pirouette away from the United sub. Through ball down the left-hand side. Ritson should get there, and does. Josh O'Grady wrestling with ball, and ball's got the benefit of the doubt. Corey Armeni, and slipped in. Well, Samuels was offside and ball couldn't reach it. Ball looking for Adamarco. It's going to bounce towards the Coventry United photographer. And now United are ready to make their second change, and Josh O'Grady is going to be replaced by, I believe, Ben Valance. Indeed, it is Ben Valance. So Stanley Jube on, as well as Ben Valance. Valance is going to take one of the central defending roles from Chris Cox, who will push further up into midfield. The majority of his Coventry United career, he was a centre midfielder. It's only in the last few years that he's transitioned into a centre-back position. And now United immediately get on the front foot with Stanley Jube. Time is not on their side. Dunn just let it get away from him on the fringes of the penalty area. 13 minutes to go. Coventry United 0, Aylestone Park 1. Adamarco looking for a red shirt in the area and thumped towards the halfway line by Justin Peace. And Morley will look for a United man to take the throw in quickly, and he finds Ben Valance. Valance. Not back where it came from by Justin Peace. Armeni. Easy pickings for Harry Wilson on the far side. Now it's with Stanley Jube. Wilson's making the overlapping run. Tries to find Harry Wilson. It's a wayward ball. Collected, however, by Jube once more. Second crack at it for Stanley Jube, trying to use his trickery. And he's drawn the throw in. That's an off-the-ball incident. Seems to have left an Aylestone player on the deck, and it's the substitute for Aylestone Park, Andres Articolo. He's quickly back on his feet, limping back into position. Wilson trudges past Brodella. Cross cannons off Brodella. And Aylestone now looking to clear their lines, and Corey Ameni, can he thread it through for ball? No, he can't. Coventry United have they got the free kick there? Or has it gone out for a throw? I think it's gone out for a throw-in, in fact, on the far side. Cameron Dunn and Corey Ameni tangling legs. Referee feeling that there was nothing there except for the ball crossing the line. And they'll get another throw-in as it's out of Jake Warren-Layton's head. And another one, this time off the bonds of Sam Preston. Softly, softly, catchy monkey. Jube. Took too much time, it's snatched away. And James Ritson heads to the ground after a slide in by ball. Referee waves away protest, but Coventry United have got the ball back. Valance. Cox. Chris Cox, dare he try it? He dares! Ferocious hit from Chris Cox. That just rose over the woodwork. And a yellow card for Justin Peace. Time wasting is the crime. As precious seconds tick away, 10 minutes to go at the Woods Park Arena. Liam Castle takes it, and that looks like Brady Middleton, is it? Ready to get his Coventry United career started from the bench. Harkin. And Adamarco runs into a strong one-on-one challenge from Preston. And Coventry United concede the free kick. Adamarco a tad too strong for Jake Worm-Leighton. And too strong for the referee's liking. And in this position, you would expect Aylestone Park to take every ounce of time that they can. And United are going to use this time to make their fourth change. And Charlie Shaw's leaving the field. So Brady Middleton on, joining Ryan Harkin in what appears to be it looks like it is two up top. Looks like a 4-1-3-2 almost. Castle with the free kick towards the edge of the area. Strong nod away by Ritson. Back into the danger zone, and there's no qualms about that catch for Dan Moore. Rolled out with Ritson again. Here's Ben Valance, the veteran for Coventry United, played a part in United's opening seasons in existence. Back here by Middleton, and finds Adamarco beautifully, and Adamarco's got the motor running, and a late lunge in by Carey. The referee wants the red card. The referee is using restraint. He doesn't make his decision straight away. The yellow card is out. Adamarco was away. There was no stopping him. Preston taking one for the team. Now Coventry United have the free kick, and well, they wish they had Josh O'Grady on the field. Chris Cox fancies it. The captain, the United legend. Can he lead his side back into this game? It's Cox straight at the legs. Jake Worm-Leighton, I believe, getting the block. Cross whip back in, Cameron Dunn. Ritson tries to curl it into the danger zone once more, couldn't find Harkin. The diving header by Juve, and now Ryan Harkin get the strike away. Cameron Dunn, you can tell he went looking for that penalty, and in fact the referee has given it the other way. Dunn going to ground in the very right-hand corner of the penalty area, looking for the contact, it appears. Desperate times call for desperate measures, and United are 6 minutes away, plus stoppages, from losing their opening match of the new season. Ritson heads back the goal kick from Castle, who's not been challenged as much as United would have liked. The boy's behind Adamarco, but he steadies himself well. Middleton's with him. And Adamarco going for glory, but it skews to the right. United with one change remaining, that being James Sanderson as a left back. It's unlikely they're going to use him unless they can score. And Castle taking an excruciatingly long time for Coventry United's perspective. Finally clears. Nodded down by Ritson. Many chest control. Front down the left, Ritson turns and clears. Many. Little hand in the back by Cameron Dunn, not enough according to the referee. United launch it from midfield, but safely back with Castle, who will bring it to feet and wait for United's Ryan Harkin to get as close as he can before he picks it up. Ball couldn't get there before Ben Valance. Collected in the midfield by Towers. Kilburn a pace behind it as it trickled towards this near side. And United on the edge of their own penalty area have a throw in, but going down with cramp, Charlie Kilburn. And Seth Morley trying to insinuate that it's gamesmanship. Well, the only person who knows for sure is Charlie Kilburn. And here comes a substitution for Aylestone Park. Kilburn is going to be coming off and he's going to be replaced by Hayden Stevens. Wry smile there by Steph Morley as Kilburn makes his exit. Now some supporters making their way to the exits. 3 minutes of normal time to go. Coventry United 0, Aylestone Park 1. United want the throw in as Middleton received a little bit of a knock from behind. Referee says throw in to Coventry United. Ritson. Now Stanley Jude for the red and greens. Wilson, ambitious ball. Peace has a nod it across. Oh, a swing and a miss by Sam Preston. A comedic moment in circumstances less serious than this. Everyone back for Aylestone. Return to sender. Forces Samuels on the edge of the area and quickly swings it into safety. Samuels' free kick is the difference between the two sides. A free kick which Coventry United will feel should not have been given. Samuels, volleyed away by Hayden Stevens. Morley sees it coming all the way, nods it into the ground for Ben Valance. Thunderous volley through the centre of the park. Stanley Jube. And now Middleton tries to get the wrong side of the back line, and out it goes from Andres Articolo. Throw in level with the area for Coventry United on the left side. Last 90 seconds. Adam Marco, return ball to Morley. And again, Benji Adamarco. It's Middleton to cap off his debut. Looks to thread it through for Adamarco. And Stevens straight out on this near side. Defending 101. If in doubt, get it out. On long throw by Morley. Towards Adamarco to battle for it at the near post. Eventually falls to Morley. The veteran cutting in. Steph Morley needs options. And the only one there is Wilson. On the edge of the centre circle, Harry Wilson. A little barge in from the side by Corey Armeni. A soft free kick at any other time, but for now, it's gold dust for Coventry United. Six added minutes. It's in by Morley and cocked at the far post, headed out for the corner. Well, United have 6 minutes. Can they make it a super 6 minutes? Well, their first opportunity comes from Brady Middleton's corner. Towards the far post, and Ritson's there, nods it up. Adamarco, followed by the spectacular. It's a real scramble in there and booted away by Sam Preston. Wilson forces the Aylestone man into touch and gets the throw. Quickly taken to Stanley Jube. Out-muscled by Samuels. Jube a little too forceful. Free kick Aylestone halfway into their own half of the field. One change left apiece. United have James Sanderson on the bench. Aylestone have Charlie Woolward. And Castle sticks it straight towards the no-out transport truck. Throw in level with their own area for Coventry United, taken quickly to Dan Moore. Scoops towards the head of Morley. Adamarco tracks back and finds Steph Morley. Ben Valance. Time is of the essence. Valance has been part of many a dramatic finale at Coventry United, and his forwards bound Brady Middleton. Harkin's waiting, it won't reach him. Diverted away by Sam Preston, who started this match in an aggressive duel with Charlie Faulkner, and just a step behind that through ball, Ryan Harkin. Collected by Castle, who takes every sweet second he can before picking it up. We've had 2.5 minutes of the added 6. And Valance barged off the ball there in an off-the-ball incident by Joe Ball. Samuels gets the throw, wrestling with Chris Cox, and gets the better of the United veteran. Stevens. Cox getting stuck in. And Articolo's gone down holding his ankle after the barge from Cox. Ambitious ball by Articolo, brought down safely by Dan Moore. Straight off the right peg of Moore. Headed up rather than out by Peace. Adamarco, beautiful control. Could have threaded it through for Middleton, but holds station. Morley. Cox, back to Morley, the space in the centre circle for Ritson. Valance. United have to go for it now. Time is running out. Ritson. Now Harry Wilson, darting run, takes it too close to Declan Towers. Articolo, down the left only as far as Ritson. Wilson swing and a miss. And the ball will end up in the centre circle from the Aylestone clearance. Valance. James Ritson. Pressure from the Aylestone strikers, limiting United options. 2 minutes to go. Steph Morley. Cox wanted it, but it's the feet of Benji Adamarco. Blue shirts all over him. He drags the eyes away from Middleton, but Middleton tries to beat Samuels. Samuels wins that one-on-one. Cannons off Middleton, that attempted clearance. The Aylestone fans love it. And Samuels has gone down hurt. More importantly for Aylestone, they've got the ball in their own corner of the field with a 1-0 lead heading into the last minute of added time. This is the position they wanted when the first whistle blew. Samuels, whose free kick seems set to give Aylestone their first W of the season, dusts himself off. And now with 45 seconds of the original 6, Aylestone with the throw. Towers. His header collected by Ritson in midfield for Coventry United. Headed up by Ryan Harkin. Jube is there. A thunderous volley. A great save. Cameron Dunthorpe. He had his social in Barcelona moments. He couldn't have hit it any sweeter if he tried, but Castle down just in time. The resulting corner in, Ritson. Out to Jube. Brady Middleton. It's Middleton headed away at the near post. Wilson. The 6 minutes are up. Valence. The referee was surely out on time for the injury to Samuels. The clearance is as far as the halfway point of United's half. Even the security playing ball boy here. Aylestone want the whistle to blow. And the referee is indicating this time is being added on as Aylestone Park are bringing on their last change. Well, it won't be any real benefit time-wise for Aylestone Park because the referee has indicated every second of this is being added on. And Samuels taking every moment that he can to leave the field and frustrate Coventry United, but they will surely get one more chance. It's Morley over the head of Adamarco and volleyed on ferociously by Towers. Awkward bounce for Ball, gets his body in front of Valence and Joe Ball to finish it. Valence with his hands all over Joe Ball and he's taking it straight to the corner. He's not interested in the second goal. He just wants that ball as far away from United's goal as possible, but United have got the throw in. Valence and Morley linking up to get it back for Coventry United, but the throw is onto the head of Stevens. Middleton gives away the free kick. The arm around the shoulder of Corey Armeni and more cramp for the Aylestone players to deal with. Coming to the end of the 9th minute of added time. Aylestone wait in bated breath. Middleton helping Armeni back to his feet. Coventry United now surely staring into the jaws of defeat. Straight into the corner, Joe Ball keeps it in, little barge from Adamarco. It's out for the goal kick. 9 minutes of added time have been played. United wise to the time wasting, as was the referee. They may well get one more opportunity. Down the heart of the field. Hooked away by Preston. As the end of last season was bitter, bitter disappointment, the start of this year is utter joy for Aylestone Park. Coventry United making their feelings very clear with the referee. A contentious free kick, which was admittedly taken absolutely wonderfully by Lewis Samuels, was the deciding factor here at the Butts Park Arena. It'll be interesting to hear Ellis Elaine's thoughts. Not the start that Coventry United wanted to a season which held so much promise. Aylestone celebrate for Coventry United. It's back to the drawing board. Final score at the Butts Park Arena. Coventry United 0, Aylestone Park 1. And that brings to an end our first match day in 2 years here on Coventry United TV with myself anyway. Not quite how we'd like to restart, but it is damn good to be back with all of you. We're back on Wednesday nights with live coverage of the home game versus Hinckley AFC, and the highlights will be available tomorrow morning on the Coventry United TV YouTube channel. From everyone here at Coventry United, thank you very much for joining us on this opening day. We'll see you next time.